What exactly are those massive U.S. Air Force C-17 transport planes bringing into Puerto Rico? Are they simply unloading trucks, crates of supplies, and basic ammunition? Or could they be carrying something far more secret? Patriot missile batteries, hypersonic weapons, or even systems the public has never seen before? And if that's true, what would Russia do in response? Would this seemingly routine deployment actually plant the seeds of a new military standoff in the Caribbean? These questions are now sparking fierce debate among defense analysts and observers worldwide. Welcome back to Novastra Defense, the channel where we take you behind the headlines of military strategy, advanced weaponry, and the tense chessboard of global security. Today's story takes us straight to Puerto Rico, a U.S. territory in the Caribbean that suddenly finds itself in the spotlight. With the arrival of C-17 Globemaster transport planes, F-35 stealth fighters, and amphibious warships, this isn't just another exercise or a routine supply mission. It feels like a moment filled with hidden signals, competing interpretations, and perhaps, as some argue, a shadow message directed at Moscow. Let's start with what we know for certain. Verified reports from Reuters and NBC confirm that the U.S. has recently stepped up its presence in the Caribbean. Alongside Coast Guard patrols and Navy ships, C-17 transport aircraft have been landing at bases in Puerto Rico. The Pentagon officially explains this buildup as part of ongoing anti-smuggling and regional stability missions. On the surface, that makes sense. The Caribbean has long been a major corridor for illicit trafficking, and U.S. forces often rotate through the region. But here's the wrinkle. Analysts point out that the scale of this deployment, the mix of stealth fighters, transport giants, and amphibious assault ships, feels heavier than what's typically required for counter-narcotics patrols. This has raised eyebrows in the defense community, with many wondering if Washington is sending a more subtle but unmistakable message. We can project force anywhere. Even here in the Caribbean, right on the doorstep of Venezuela. And yes, Russia, we know you're watching too. And that's where the mystery deepens. Online speculation is running wild. Some viral videos claim that those C-17s are not just delivering trucks or fuel, but advanced air defense systems like the Patriot missile batteries, experimental hypersonic platforms, or even black projects never before seen by the public. Now let's pause for a reality check. C-17s are incredibly versatile aircraft.
What's that?
They can carry armored vehicles, artillery pieces, radar systems, and certainly Patriot components. What they cannot carry, however, are massive intercontinental ballistic missiles or nuclear systems. The cargo bay simply doesn't fit that profile. Still, imagine this. If a Patriot battery really did land quietly in Puerto Rico, its radar coverage and missile reach would dramatically enhance U.S. defenses in the Caribbean. The strategic calculus would shift overnight. From Washington's perspective, such a move would provide an insurance policy against regional threats and add another layer of deterrence near Venezuela. From Moscow's perspective, however, it would look like a step toward encirclement, planting high-tech defenses in what Russia sees as a sensitive backyard. And this is where the balance game begins. If America did bring in Patriots, or even more provocatively, hypersonic assets, how might Russia answer? There are at least three cards on Moscow's table. First, the Kalibr cruise missile, already proven in Syria and capable of being launched from submarines or frigates. Stationing vessels armed with Kalibr near the Atlantic would be a powerful signal. Second, long-range bombers. The Tu-160, nicknamed the White Swan, has flown into Venezuela before. A repeat of such a deployment would send a clear counter-message. And third, the S-400 air defense system. Russia could choose to supply Venezuela with such advanced defenses as a way of matching Patriot with S-400, turning the Caribbean into a mirror of Eastern Europe, where NATO and Russian systems already face off. This is no longer just about cargo planes. It becomes a high-stakes chess match, Patriot versus S-400. hypersonic missiles versus Kalibr cruise missiles, stealth fighters versus long-range interceptors. Each move by one side invites a countermove by the other, and the balance shifts like a pendulum. But here comes the truly unsettling scenario. What if this escalates? What if the Caribbean isn't just a stage for signaling, but becomes the stage for confrontation? In a hypothetical conflict, the U.S. would lean on its rapid deployment advantage. The C-17s and amphibious assault ships can move troops and equipment fast, while F-35 fighters add a stealth punch. Russia, on the other hand, would not try to match numbers in the Caribbean. It doesn't have the local bases. Instead, it would rely on asymmetric moves, cruise missile strikes from afar, bomber flyovers, or the deployment of mobile air defense systems in friendly territory. The most dangerous part is not open war, but miscalculation. A U.S. Navy destroyer intercepting a Russian vessel too aggressively. A U.S. P-8 patrol plane shadowed too closely by a Russian Su-30 fighter. A radar lock here, a warning shot there, and suddenly, both sides are staring at each other in the world's most unstable staring contest. History has shown us again and again, great power conflicts rarely start by design. They start by accident, when signals are misread, and pride gets in the way of restraint. So after all of this, we return to the question, what's really inside those C-17s? Perhaps nothing more than trucks, radar units, and crates of supplies. Or perhaps Patriots are quietly being positioned in Puerto Rico, a move Washington doesn't want to announce, but Moscow will inevitably detect. The truth may not come out soon, but here's the paradox. Sometimes the mere suspicion of secret cargo is more destabilizing than the actual cargo itself. Because when both sides fear the unknown, they prepare for the worst. And that preparation itself drives the cycle of tension. And that's the payoff. The C-17 story is not only about transport planes and cargo holds. It's about the hidden messages in military movements, the rumors that blur into possibilities, and the fact that in global strategy, secrecy can be as powerful as the weapons themselves. So let me leave you with this open-ended question. If America really has placed advanced systems in Puerto Rico, what will Russia's countermove look like? Will it be Kalibr missiles, 2 160 bombers, or a supply of S-400s to allies? Or will both sides stop short, letting the mystery hang in the air as a deterrent in itself? That's the debate I want to hear from you. Do you think these C-17s are simply hauling regular equipment, or are they delivering something far more secret? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'll be reading them closely. Don't forget to subscribe to Novastra Defense for more analysis. And check out our next video on how U.S. missile production rates are reshaping the balance of power worldwide. And remember, this is speculation, not prediction. We analyze, we question, but we never advocate conflict, because sometimes the smartest weapon is knowledge.